Welcome to the second round of the TSRB Battle of the Sixes Championship here at Thruxton. As we watch the pace car round off the final few corners before pitting, let's go over the pecking order. This is a reverse grid race. In P1 we have Militic with the Los Polos Hermanos team. P2 we have Maju, and P3 we have Zizhnevsky. Now the latter two are privateers, they don't belong to a team, so this will be a massive result if they can hold on to their podium positions, and it looks like the race is underway with Militek leading the pack. He's got a massive gap behind him. It looks like he's kind of played them. He's played some mind games, and he is going to be very happy with that start. Now we have a massive pack of cars. There are about 55 cars on the track, so it is going to be absolutely hectic. Maju has lost a few positions right off the bat, with Piccolo overtaken, belonging to Scuderia Agile. And looks like one of the Redwood cars has been spun, but luckily his teammate Finn Howard is still holding up the pack there. Hopefully that spun off car can get back in, because I don't think the safety car is going to be deployed here, as the race has just started. And look at all those cars there. It's hard to pick who to talk about, but it looks like we are following Sim Racing Block. A terrible performance from him last week at Silverstone. He'll be hoping to resurrect his season. I think he's having a bit of trouble getting used to the car, but he's been absolutely sandwiched by the BRZ team here in their classic Subaru colours, with Colin and Elise and Lotus behind. He's not going to be happy with that, because he knows they are fierce rivals, so he's going to want to try and get ahead and attack the pack in front. And it is a big pack. He is in P14 so far. Now we're looking at Lucas Smith goes side by side with Mike Moonen into the final corner. It looks like they have a little bit of a bump there. Luckily for him, now he has an open track ahead and is catching up pretty quickly. And I think there was a collision. I can see cars flying. That is a massive, massive pile-up. Let's see if we can get a better view of that. And oh my god, this is the beauty of reverse grid racing. All the lesser confident drivers start at the front, which does make things interesting. Wild Horses Racing here being overtaken by Sim Racing Block. An absolutely massive send up the inside there. Now it looks like the pack has managed to hold on, but I think we may have a safety car after that massive collision. And there we go, there's the safety car. Is going to try and get up to the front of the pack now, which should be pretty easy. I think this thing's about as fast as a GT3 car, believe it or not. You can see him putting down the power there, getting sideways. Let's go to the passenger cam, and he has got to navigate his way through this absolute jumble of cars. I don't know how he's going to do it. He probably needs to start sounding his horn and turn his flashing lights on, but it looks like the front of the pack is forming a nice orderly queue there. We can see Raisin Block, and well, there's our pace car driver, Rad Speed, and it looks like he's getting through no worries now. So let's go over the pecking order once again. In P1 we have Finn Howard with Redwood Racing, a classic Los Santos team, rivaling Sprunk, of course, both from Los Santos. In P2 we have Militek, somehow managing to hold his position after all that craziness. P3 we have Aaron Bula in the Goldfish livery. P3 we have Mojito. P5, no, I'm getting mixed up. P4 Mojito, P5 Zizhnevsky. Now P6 Lucas Smith. It's going to be an interesting race for him. Scuderia Agile, which is his team, has had a pretty decent start to the season, but it looks like it is kind of falling apart. The wheels are falling off here at Thruxton. It's a very tricky track, this. Obviously, it's high speed, and it might be the most hard track in the world on the old tyres. They overheat basically after 1 or 2 laps, so it's a tough one. Only the strongest drivers will prevail here. It looks like we've got some weaving here, trying to heat up the tyres. As I did just mention, this is a very hard wearing track, and the tyres get extremely hot after just a few corners, so I don't know if that's actually the play. Let's see what Raisin Block does here. It looks like he's heating up his left side only. Obviously it's a clockwise track, and the left tyres are doing most of the work, so it's probably a smart idea to try and get some heat in those for the restart here. which will be happening in just a moment. It looks like the pace car all the way up there. Look at that. That is how many cars are on this track. You cannot even see the pace car in the distance. It's just a blue blob. Anyway, Finn Howard will be looking to help his team out here and get a decent start because, well, as we saw at the start of the race, his teammate got absolutely trashed, spun off the track. I can't even see him on the leaderboard. But it looks like the pace car is in the pits and the race has restarted. Finn Howard, this is our new race leader. Minatek trying to get alongside there. Let's see what happens. This is looking to be a very interesting race. Looks like Minatek gets alongside through T1. I don't know what's going to happen going into the chicane. It's a very tricky chicane to battle on because the line isn't what you think it would be. You kind of have to late apex the first chicane so you can get a decent launch out the second one. And it looks like Minatek has taken a position. We've got Zoe and Raisin Block battling here in the beautiful HKS livery and the beautiful Sprunk livery, if I do say so myself. And it looks like Finn Howard has been wiped out there. He is down from P1 down to P6, P7. Oh, he will not be happy with that. He had it all at his fingertips and it has just been destroyed. I didn't see the cause of that wreck, but well, again, he will not be happy. Looking at the Wild Racing Horses team here, and now we're on to Sim Raisin Block. Let's see what he can do. Is battling the Los Polos Hermanos teammate, Chuchin, Akram Chuchin, and now we're looking at Lucas Smith with the on-board. He's attacking Julian Arambula. Let's see what he can do. Coming up to the end of the lap, going onto the grass. Looks like he's lost a bit of speed there. I don't know if he's going to be able to attack P4. Now, three-way battle going into the final chicane between Swazgolinski, Raisin Block, and Chuchin. Oh, we've got a bit of contact there between Swazgolinski and Raisin Block. Looks like Raisin Block did come out on top, though, thankfully. Now let's see what Chuchin does. He's got to attack here. Oh no, who are we looking at now? We're looking at Oak Manis in the beautiful Phase livery. It looks like a CSGO skin, that does. Right in the thick of it, this guy. Look at that. Oh, how can you even begin to overtake in that pack? There's nowhere to go. It's just a wall of those beautiful 3 Series taillights. Those are probably some of the best taillights. The 3 Series taillights, beautiful, mate. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Let's see what we've got going on. We're still with OK Manis. He is right on the bumper of the Wild Racing Horses driver. It looks like he's trying to take him on the outside. He doesn't quite have the drive to do it. Oh no, he's taking Mike Moonen now on board with Carlton Lotus in the BRZ Subaru. And it looks like he's trying to push Moonen to give himself some space for this very fast corner here. This has got to be one of the fastest corners in existence. And it looks like Lotus is running a bit wide, side by side with Russi. Being followed closely by, oh no, Muriarov has overtaken Lotus. It looks like it's a freeway battle. Lotus backs out of that. He doesn't want the smoke going into the final chicane. He conceded 2 positions there, but I mean, you can't blame him. 3 cars wide going into that chicane is very dangerous. Now we're looking at Alex Norris in the Top Gear inspired E46 with that massive wang, being followed by Finn Howard. What position is Finn Howard? 12th. He went from 12th at the restart. Oh, it looks like Finn Howard's just been turned again into the barrier. He's got to be hitting his steering wheel right now. That has got to be extremely frustrating for him. I know how that feels. I mean, I imagine Sim Raisin Block knows how that feels. He experienced the same thing at Silverstone last week. Now, who are we looking at? We're looking at Joe. This is one of the strongest drivers, obviously, from Ukraine. And I'm surprised Joe is only P7. This guy should be at the front of the pack. Although, as I said, it is reverse grid. I kind of forgot that. It looks like he's being followed closely by Zizhnevsky and Raisin Block. Go on board with Raisin Block now, see what happens. This is the best view for getting a lay of the land. You can see Joe cutting a massive slice off of that corner. Here's a hungry boy. It looks like he's battling hard with Arambula. Bit of contact there. Joe is on the grass. Oh, and he spun it. He didn't manage to hold on. The grass is very bumpy on the inside there. Now, Raisin Block, will he gain the position? What position is this? P6, he has just taken. Now he's got a massive gap in front. I imagine he'll be putting the burners on now to kind of close that. Back on board with Militech, our podium from Quali. He is now in P2, being overtaken by Mojito. Another strong driver, a Frenchman, and being followed by Lucas Smith in P3, Chuchin in P4, and Swazgalinski in P5. On board with Lucas Smith now. He's got his work cut out, trying to catch up. There's a lot in front here. Oh, it looks like he's just taken a bit too much on that curve. It's pushed him out a bit. Now he's on a unideal line for this turn. It looks like the P1 and P2 are pulling away. On board with Aaron Bula now in the Goldfish livery. Carlton Lotus sniffing for an overtake. It looks like he's got it. In that beautiful STI livery. Thomas Piccolo here with Scuderia Agile. Going for the overtake on OK Manis. Looks like he's got it. He'll want to get this overtake complete before this next corner, or else he's basically going to be stuck behind the traffic going on to the next lap. It looks like he's got it. Look at the speed through that corner, man. That has got to be seriously scary driving in that. Sitting in that car, going through that corner. It looks like OK Manis is wanting a bit of a nip back going on to the next lap here through the final corner. Let's see what happens. This should be interesting. There's barely enough car. It looks like Piccolo has conceded the position. Whether knowingly or not, that is probably a wise move. On board, looking at Glavergic now with Redwood Racing. This is the Redwood car that got wiped out, going side by side with Jack Powers in the M Performance car. Closely followed by his teammate behind. What's going to happen here? It looks like Redwood has solidified his position there. Now we're looking at Lucas Smith in P4 going up against Militech in P3. This is one of the hottest battles on the track right now. And, well, it's two for now, really. We don't have long of the race left, so he'll be hoping to, once again, solidify his position as a Raisin Block. You can see him in the background there in that yellow and green car. He'll also be hoping to see what he can pelver from those two. On board with Nikita Muriarov now in the HKS car. Oh, cutting a big old slice off that corner. Greedy. But it looks like Alex Norris and Nuno Rocha didn't utilise that cut to their full advantage. And, but it looks like Muriarov is... Oh, I thought he was going to put off a double overtake there, but it looks like he's gone wide onto the grass. Obviously, removing all his speed, you can see how bumpy that grass is. It's very hard to get on the grass and still come out faster. That is a speed killer. Even if you do maintain the speed, you do have to lift off the throttle just because you need to get back on the track ASAP, and the grass is like ice to semi-slick tyres. Looks like Alex Norris putting on a good display of defence there, just tapping those brakes. You don't technically need to brake through that corner, so I think he done that just to get in the head of Muriarov there. Good bit of racecraft, if I do say so myself. Sim Raisin Block here. It looks like he's still gunning for that P4 position. It looks like Militech is losing the rear tyres a bit. Let's see what Raisin Block can do. Is he going to be able to get the overtake here? Looks like he's got the drive. Will Militech let him pass? He's flashing his lights. 1, 2, let me pass, he's saying. It looks like Militech is taking a wide line, letting Raisin Block through. Raisin Block also doing that massive cut. Unnecessary really, but you see the flames shooting out the back of the car there. That's the spirit of Raisin Block. Is gunning for that P3 position. He's got a long way to go up to Lucas Smith in the Scuderia Agile though. And Militech has just been left in the dust there. He should not have let him pass, because from the point he let him pass to that point right there, it's full throttle. So you're going to lose a lot of time. Looking at Ayrton Shoemaker. Not to be confused with Ayrton Schumacher, of course. And, well, Vuli Wasbit. Oh! Okay, we were just not supposed to cut to that. Who is producing this show? It looks like two N-Power cars are going at it side by side. This is what you love to see. We've got Jack Powers and Mark Timpson. Who is going to come out on top in this battle? This is for P27 and P28. Obviously, it depends on what the team orders are. Are they allowed to battle or not? Now we're looking at Lotus in the BRZ, coming up against Emilio Redondo and John Mabb. Obviously, his teammate is just ahead past those two. Those two will be looking to get alongside so they can help each other. Maybe a bit of slipstreaming, maybe a bit of bump drafting. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen too soon. Lotus is getting a bit messy there, taking out John Mab almost. And it looks like Piccolo is going to take advantage of him slowing down because of that collision. And it looks like they're having the collision themselves. Back to the Empower cars now. It looks like they're still fighting, but Jack Powers has come out on top. Now it looks like Carlton, Lotus and Piccolo are still at it, but we're not going to look at that. We're going to look at Nikita Mariarov again, doing a bit of an undercut there on Kevin Budgeon in the plain white car. That guy must be a dentist. Nuno Rocha in the Superbook, the Su car. Obviously the Portuguese man. Looks like he's going for a bit. And Mariarov almost on the grass again, but looks like Nuno Rocha is oh no, Mariarov putting it back somehow, carrying more speed through the turn on the outside. Now it looks like Chuchin, the Los Polos Hermanos car, is in the mix too. This will be a very interesting battle here. Obviously the teammates want to finish as high as possible, so it looks like Chuchin will want to get past this to get to his teammate. We just saw their Militech pass, but it looks like Chuchin has been spun. I have no idea what happened there. He probably got rear-ended, and instead of rejoining the track, he's going through the pits. I wonder why that is, but well, again, he's going to be very, very annoyed. Looking at Zizhnevsky now, attacking Mike Moonen, Alex Norris, Kevin Budgeon, Nuno Rocha. This is going to be a great battle here for P10, P9, P8, P7. On the final few laps of this race. It's going to be tooth and nail, anyone clawing at anything they can to just gain more positions. That's what it's all about, gaining positions. Now it looks like Alex Norris with that massive wing isn't slowing him down. He doesn't have too much downforce because he is putting away here from Zizhnevsky. Oh, it looks like Zizhnevsky's biting back though in that strange coloured mint and pink E36. Interesting battle for P10 here, but let's see what's happening elsewhere. So we're on board with Mojito as he... Oh, I thought he was going to spin there. He goes past the final few corners and across the finish line. That is P1 for Victor Mojito, the Frenchman. Now we're looking at P2, Lucas Smith, and P3, Sim Raisenblock. It doesn't look like Raisenblock is going to be able to pull P2 out of the bag as he gets a bit sideways going into the final chicane, and Lucas Smith has taken out a back marker. He slowed him down massively. And Sim Raisenblock goes for the overtake on the outside, but Lucas Smith pushes him off the track and slows him down. Oh, that is not allowed. Lucas Smith, P2, Raisenblock, P3. There's going to be some serious accusations flying around in the race control room later because that was a dirty move to hold on to P2, but that's part of racing, baby. Kevin Budgeon, Alex Norris, Zizhnevsky, P13, P14.